Project X is just one of those movies you gotta watch. If you are in high school or just want to feel like you are, there are a few movies that you just need to watch. In the ranks of movies like Superbad, there's Project X. Now, I've already talked about my feelings on Superbad in another video, and you may even have your own feelings too. But for me to put them in the same category means that Project X is quite the experience, which, first of all, it is. Project X follows our three main characters, and to be quite frank, let's just say they are not the most popular. But our main character, Thomas, well, his birthday is coming up, and his friends convince him to throw the craziest party to ever be thrown. His parents are out of town, he lives in a nice house, and they all want some action before they graduate. So shenanigans ensue, the pre-party planning with the over-the-top quests that are found in these types of coming-of-age comedies. You know what I mean, like the whole journey to get illegal drinks, which I do not condone, and illicit substances, which I also do not condone. So there's a gnome, drinks, and just everything, and this all sets up some other characters that will come back later in the story, so don't you worry. And from there, well, I mean, the party's pretty crazy. I'm sure if you're in high school, you've heard someone mention Project X, and I mean, it's for good reason. The party they show here is literally insane, and it seems to be the dream for any high schooler to go to something like this. I mean, kind of speak for yourself. I mean, it may be a little too much for me, but you know what I mean, like, you get the point. It's crazy, and I don't want to say too much because a lot of the humor in this movie is based on, you know, what happens at this party and sort of just the shock value of it. So I'm gonna let you deal with the comedy yourself. Doesn't mean I'm exempt from talking about it though. Let's be real, this movie is pretty funny. Not super bad funny though, but still really funny. I was laughing a lot, and with all the comments from other people as I watched it, it just kind of added to the whole experience, which is something you should definitely do. Watch this movie with friends, or just a group in general. I'm telling you, it will make the whole experience so much better. I mean, sure, you could watch it alone, but I feel like just the party scene depicted in the movie, like, it's just better with more people. So, anyway, music time? Now, I want to talk about the music in this movie because, boy is it good. Just like any event, music kind of makes it. How many memories do you have that are attached to songs, fun, sad, maybe even bittersweet? Music can literally do so much when a movie has a good soundtrack. Well, you already know how much that elevates it, alright? And while this movie was made with so many songs that were a staple and almost a timepiece, they still hold up really well. And that may be because it has been too much time since 2012, but it doesn't feel super dated or anything. And that effect is carried over through the cinematography and just the general feel of the recordings. I mean, so much of this movie seems to be shot on iPhones or some smaller camera of that magnitude. So it really immerses you in the experience and makes you feel like you are there. And I don't know what the effect they were going for, but at least for me, it grounds it in a reality and sort of invites the viewer in, like you're there partying in a way. And I think that is where the movie is at its best. So you can maybe understand my issues with the movie as well. What makes a film so good is its relatability, and this is increased tenfold when the movie happens to be coming of age. And there are a lot of moments like that in this movie. Even some of the wilder ones are still passable as normal. But sometimes, man, this movie just goes a little too far. And I get that's the whole point, but especially at the end, it was just too much for me. Like towards the end, there was this gut-wrenching moment where Thomas realized he's kind of screwed and that like he's just way over his head. And I think that was one of the best moments in the movie because my stomach dropped too. I could feel the anxiety and stress he felt, but he just kept throwing himself back into the party. And then there was just the whole flamethrower thing, and that was just entirely way too much. Along with the sort of happy ending, like I get that it's sort of a nice way to close the movie, but I feel like the joy should have come from the friends in a sort of sad but reminiscing sort of way. Like, dang man, like that was tough, but was a great party though. Like something like that. Like it should not have come from the dad. Like what? And also the whole girl best friend thing, man, like I'm happy for him, but I don't think it should have worked out. It was kind of messed what he did, so I have no idea how they ended up together. I don't know. I just feel like the ending could have been better too. And he trashed his life all for some action and some highs in the hallway. Like, come on, man. But other than my own self-inserting, the movie is really solid. It's fun and probably one of those must-watch in high school type of movies. Plus, those 8th grade bodyguards are hilarious. Probably my favorite part of the movie, to be honest. But yeah, this movie is insane. Has a crazy atmosphere and makes you feel like you are literally partying with them. I mean, most of the time. So I'm gonna give Project X an 8 out of 10. It's solid, but you know, Superbad's still better. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments of your own, make sure to leave them down below. Trust me, I read them. Also, look at this graph. Okay, but as always, stay awesome. TooAwesome, thanks for watching.